autism, awareness angel, making sure my wings protect the different, the stranger than. I'm a autism, awareness angel. It's good, cause I'm cool with the unique behavior. I'm a autism, awareness angel. Will you accept me? Cause I accept you. I'm a autism, awareness angel, cause a view from the spectrum is a better point of view. The question at hand.
Hello, my name is Tally, and welcome back to Autism 30. Today on our podcast, we are speaking with Master Michael Sirota from Sirota Alchymy Martial Arts and Life Skills Center, located in both Richmond and Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Master Michael Sirota began his journey in martial arts in 1983. For over 33 years, he has immersed himself fully as a martial arts practitioner, athlete, instructor, coach, pioneer, and facilitator. Master Michael Sirota has received countless awards and recognitions, including being Task Force Master of Para Taekwondo in the World Taekwondo Federation. He's inducted into the Master Hall of Fame by receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award and the Martial Arts Hall of Fame in the category of Creative Contributions to Charitable Causes. He was also inducted into the World Karate Union Hall of Fame and presented with the Taekwondo Master Instructor of the Year, and inducted into the Action Martial Arts Magazine Hall of Fame in Outstanding Contributions in the Martial Arts category. He's also one of very few Canadians who have been inducted into the International Taekwondo Hall of Fame for his work in the area of therapeutic martial arts. In addition to operating Sirota Alchymy, he is the CEO of Global Para Taekwondo University and the World Para Taekwondo Instructor Association. He sits on several boards, including the Richmond Center for Disability, and most recently being elected as the president of the Canadian Association of Athletes with an Intellectual Disability. These are only some of his amazing accomplishments. And if you would like to know even more about him, please visit his webpage and click Master Sirota's Journey. His webpage URL can be found on the autism30.com website. In his words, it is his current mission to apply the virtues of martial arts to assist in creating a society that is compassionate, ethical, and altruistic. His teaching engages his students to get involved and bring martial arts to the community outside the martial arts school. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's our honor having you. Now, how was Sirota Alchymy Martial Arts and Life Skills Center started? Can you give us a history?
Well, it started in 1992, and I was teaching at various community centers. And then in 1994, we came together under one roof in Richmond. And then since then, we've expanded and continue to provide opportunities for the families all over Metro Vancouver to get involved. And we're just continuing to grow and provide programs for everyone.
Yes. Now, what kind of ideas did you have before starting the school? What was the push for you to want to start the school?
At the beginning, martial arts is all I did, and so that was the natural transition from being an athlete to coaching to instructing people. So that was just it just kind of happened.
Yes, with your extensive resume, it's very obvious that you had the imagination and passion to start a school, and it's very obvious by both your buildings. Now, how long has it been in operation? You said since 1992, but both locations haven't been open since 1992.
In Richmond, we've been here since 1994 as a standalone location. In Vancouver for about 6 years now.
And what is the philosophy of Sirota?
Philosophy is to facilitate personal empowerment.
And can you please explain why martial arts are more than a sport but a lifestyle?
For us, what we try to accomplish, myself and the other instructors, is to make a difference in the community, make a difference in other people's lives. We feel that through consistent training and participation in our classes, the kids and adults get an opportunity to see themselves grow, to see their personal accomplishments, to gain confidence, self-esteem. Whatever their challenges are, their weaknesses are, we try to build them up and help them transform.
And you clearly do that. Now, can you please explain to our audience what the merit badge and belt systems are and why they're important?
Okay, so at our school, the students with the rank, for example, there's different belts, and the belts are geared for our. We break down our curriculum, so each child or each student will learn different things at different levels of their journey. And then we have different, I guess, motivational or incentives for them to acquire life skills and character development through martial arts. So that we provide them, the kids learn or earn stickers and badges for listening, for focus, self-control, perseverance, self-discipline, leadership. So this way, they're constantly introduce those elements into their martial arts training, but more importantly, it's a transition into their overall life outside of our school.
And I know they're very sought after by your students here. And I know people registered into your course, those badges and things that they earn are very proudly brought into school the next day when you earn them. Now, in your gyms, you have a board on the wall with students' names and the badges and stickers. And how do you find that motivates other students looking at the belts that students wear and those stickers on the board? How do you find that motivates the whole establishment?
I think it's just a visual aid. So when the kids, and certain kids are more drawn to visual stimulation in that way.
Very true.
So when the child sees their name or they see the stickers on the wall with their name on it, so it's just a constant reminder for them to listen or to focus or to be self-disciplined or have self-control, and myself and the other instructors can use that tool as a reminder for in our teachings.
Absolutely. Now, what kind of classes do you offer people with challenges?
Our philosophy is that we want to create a community where everyone is welcome. So we offer classes for pretty much everyone who wants to learn martial arts and use martial arts as a way to transform themselves for the betterment. They're welcome. So classes for all.
Now, I know a lot of parents in the community may feel, but my child is very affected by their challenge and nobody will be able to look after my child the way I do. And sometimes those parents might not register their children into programs such as Sirota. And what's your view on that?
Well, we've been working with individuals with special abilities for about 17 years now. We're globally pioneering it. And we have over the years work with everyone. So we don't believe that people cannot do it. We just perhaps need to create a program that's suitable for that child, for that person, so we can see that child grow and evolve and shine. But in terms of everyone doing it, we strongly believe it can happen, but it might be an adaptive program for that specific individual.
Absolutely. So you offer adaptive programs for basically anybody. So nobody is really refused from your program.
Correct.
Based on their ability.
Correct.
Now, that's a fantastic thing for parents to actually hear out there, because I know many of you out there listening, that's been a common concern, that there are programs out in the community that have programs to offer us. However, you might feel that because of your particular circumstance that you can't participate in Sirota. Clearly, and you heard it out of the man's mouth for yourself, that everyone here is welcome, and I think it's fantastic what you're doing. Now, how do you feel people with autism can particularly benefit from your program?
Well, first, I feel everyone can benefit from our program. So
100%, and I agree.
But we do have quite a few kids and teenagers and young adults with autism attend their classes. The martial arts and what we promote here is it's a very individualized journey, individualized program. So it's not competitive. It's not geared towards competing against anyone else or even comparing themselves to anyone else. It's all about the personal growth, personal development. The martial arts is a great way because it provides boundaries, it provides settings, it provides a very structured environment where kids with autism can be very successful. Also, children with autism can, when they see success in their own abilities, they just try harder and feel a sense of pride and accomplishment.
Absolutely, and success builds on success, and it really, I've seen it in your students, where when they hit one milestone, because they clearly can, they really want to hit the next one and the next one and the next one, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, what programs do you offer throughout the year?
We are open 12 months out of the year so that we don't have any breaks or holidays. We have daytime programs, we have evening programs, we have group lessons, we have private lessons. We have summer camps in the summer. We have other groups coming in during the day as well. So we are open year-round, 7 days a week.
Now, I know you even offer birthday parties.
That's true. That's right. And we offer birthday parties on weekends.
Yes, absolutely. Now, do you offer other programs outside of your location?
Yes, we have several. We have, for example, we run a program at the Richmond Center for Disability. We have adult special needs groups come in during the day. We have even some high school programs come in with their special needs students on a weekly basis. So we are very much involved in the community, and we continue to try to establish other partnerships and relationships with other organizations.
So you're really amalgamated in the whole entire community, not just your facilities.
That is our vision, yes.
Now, how do people find out about what programs are upcoming?
So the first step is to contact us. So most parents will contact us through email or phone, and then the next step is we schedule an assessment. So when and it's not a medical assessment; it's just for me to meet the family, meet the child, for them to meet us, meet me, and kind of for me to assess to see which program is suitable for the child. So it's not to see if the child is ready or not. It's to see, okay, he or she is here. What's best for the child? And sometimes, we always want to do what is best for the child. So sometimes there might be situations where the family wants the child to be in a group environment, but we feel he or she is more suitable in the private lesson, or the other way around. So I will recommend what I feel is the best.
So to find out about your programs, you can actually go to the autism30.com webpage to get Master Sirota's details, which will be clearly marked on there. And basically what you're saying is that people come in, they meet you, you're very welcoming to the families coming in, and it's really important not to assess whether they're ready or not, but to assess them and to see exactly where people would appropriately fit in for the best outcome for those kids so that everybody wins in the end.
Correct. Which
is great. Are students guaranteed admission to a class if they register, and what's the selection process?
We don't refuse children. Like I said before, we want to make sure that the child is in an environment that is best for him or for her. So when they come in, the parents, we treat martial arts as a form of therapy. So a lot of times the kids have other therapies in their life. So the biggest challenge is to figure out, what's the parents' availability or the child's availability, and when we can find an instructor, if they're doing private lessons, for example, to work with that child. And of course, we have group lessons at both of our facilities. We have, I would say, about 11 group lessons a week.
Wow. And what's the minimum and maximum ages of the students you accept?
We start age about 4 or 3.5 is the youngest we have worked with, and the oldest is adults.
Oh, so you go right through to our seniors welcome as
well? We have worked with seniors before.
That's fantastic. So anybody out there listening, this really is open to all ages. Approximately how costly are the programs?
That would also depend on the program that the child is registered in. The private lessons are more expensive than group lessons.
Of course.
But still, we believe that we are extremely reasonable. So, for example, our private lessons will range between about $50 to $80 per lesson, which is a 50-minute class. Our group lessons are between mid-20s to mid-30s.
And can people with autism who qualify for autism funding from the British Columbia government use their funding to participate?
Yes, they can. So they can, if the child is ready for group classes, the parents can use their funding towards our tuition. Also, most likely they will be able to use it for even summer camps as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, what do you consider to be the benefits of participating in your program?
I feel there's really countless and benefits. Certain kids are in a stage where the socialization is very important, how to interact with other in a group setting. For certain individuals, it could be self-control, self-control of their body, self-control of their emotions. For some, it can be attention span, focus, listening. For others, it could be physical development, so coordination, core strength, balance, flexibility. We try to provide everything for all the kids, but we do also know that certain kids might require certain type of attention, and that's where our therapeutic martial arts kind of specializes in, where we see the child wherever he or she is, their weaknesses, and we try to kind of help them evolve from there.
Now, if you're listening to all that information, you're also really hearing the fact that martial arts skills aren't the only thing taught. There's an awful lot more here taught to the students, and which is really vital, important information for any citizen, period, to learn, typical or not. So,
yes, absolutely. That's really what I believe what separates us from really all other martial arts centers, where we really focus on the life skills and the character development through martial arts. So the objective, of course, we want the kids to have good martial arts skills and self-defense skills, but at the same time, we want to make sure that they can listen, they can focus, they can just be positive additions to our society and be very well, and will be able to be integrated into our communities, with success.
absolutely. And just to let you know, you do have typical children in the classes.
Of course, of course.
So this really is for everybody, not just children and adults with challenges.
Everyone is welcome.
Now, what are your future goals for the schools?
The future goals are to continue to offer programs to welcome all individuals. We kind of evolved where we offer programs for people, let's say, in wheelchairs or visual impairment. So continue to grow, welcome families, bring awareness of how we can help other kids and other families, and at the same time globally to be the lead, continue to be the leader and pioneer of therapeutic martial arts.
Yes, and we on the Lower Mainland are fortunate to have such a program for our children here. But for our international listeners who may want to start a program of their own, what would you advise them to do?
Well, if they're martial art instructors, I think the most important thing, and I do quite a lot of seminars all over the world, the number one thing that I tell them, and that's what most instructors ask, is like, what do I need to do? And I tell them the most important thing is you have to have heart. You have to have heart to want to work with all kids, all people, and you want to make a difference in their lives and your own life, because through working with these kids, you also evolve. So it's not, I don't promote it as a charitable thing where we are helping them and they need that the pity kind of thing. It's actually nothing like that. We treat everyone equally, and everyone benefits.
Absolutely. And I know myself as a teacher, I know that I've walked into certain situations where some people believe that my students should be grateful to have me, and I can honestly say I think that I've learned more from my students than I've taught them, so I completely understand the sentiment that you're saying.
And also to expand a little bit on that, for international instructors, let's say if there's other martial art or taekwondo instructors, we do offer online certification for instructors. So for anyone who's interested, they can visit our website. It's the entire course is done online. It's parataekwondo.com.
And that webpage will be on the autism30.com webpage if you haven't heard it as well.
So we can so that they can learn how to teach people with special abilities and how to successfully implement a program in their community. And we actually have instructors from about 25 countries that are teaching our programs now.
Fantastic. Now, if someone wants to work for your organization, how do they proceed, and what minimum qualifications do they need to have?
Okay. So for our instructors, we kind of hire two types of instructors. One of them is the students who kind of been with us for 5, 10, 15 years, and they kind of evolved to be an instructor. And then the other one is we actually do hire instructors from other cities or other countries even. And so I always look for the personality. That's the number one thing. Their passion, their commitment to working with the kids, making a difference in their lives. And of course, there are technical skills are important as well. When it comes to special needs and therapeutic martial arts, everything that they learn is we provide come in-house. So there's a lot of weekly instructor training and always constant upgrading of their skills, teaching skills.
Which is actually great for them because they get the course that you offer online for free to make them
Plus more.
Absolutely plus more. No, I absolutely agree. Now, you're very accomplished and ranked worldwide, but what do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment?
Being able to live the lifestyle I want to live. So being able to operate my martial arts schools, to communicate and interact with other families and kids, be able to travel to different parts of the world and share my passion, share my vision, and to see everything from growth from the micro to the macro level. So seeing success at our schools with the 4-year-old kids, to seeing other martial art organizations implement programs and seeing them grow as well.
Now, I know this is a redundant question because I think you've clearly responded, but what do you find rewarding about your job?
Just continue to make a difference in this world. Continue to make a positive difference in this world.
And you certainly are doing that. Is there something you'd like our listeners to know about Sirota Alchymy Martial Arts and Life Skills Center that we haven't yet mentioned?
Just that we continue to uphold the highest standards in martial arts. So we do treat martial arts as a lifestyle, as a discipline. We want to make sure that the kids and all students, regardless if they're in a therapeutic martial arts program or not, that they're actually earning their belts. They're learning the skill sets. They're developing and growing, and so that's the integrity and the ethics. To me, is the backbone of our operation.
And what do you believe are the strengths and benefits of your particular program?
That we can make it individualized, that we welcome all, and that we have the highest. We believe that we have the highest standards and morals in the industry.
And our final question is, what would you like our public to know about autism?
Well, autism, I feel it's when we welcome a child into our facility, we don't ask, is the child autistic or not autistic? We want to find out about the child. We want to learn about what the child is, what his strengths, his weaknesses, what she, just the personality of the child, and then kind of work with the child. So I understand about it's important to know the diagnosis perhaps from the funding point of view, but we try our best not to label a child and say, okay, he's autistic, so he's like this and this like this. We actually in our classes we do things outside the box. I understand that children with autism like structure and like routine, and we provide that routine and structure, but we also want to have a very we want to make it very dynamic for them. We don't want them to be in a way like a machine or like a robot. We want them to be able to adapt and yield to any environment. So every class is actually very different, and we want to we on purpose make it different so they can adapt and yield and kind of grow with it. So that's kind of just continue with our philosophy of this is what we do, and when it comes to autism, it's no different than anything else, and we take the child and see how we can help him or her grow.
And I think that's beautifully said, in the sense that what you're saying is children with autism are no different than typical children, and you take children at face value because everybody's different. And I think that's really important for everybody to know out there as well, that if your child does come here, as well as that your child will be based on that, about who they are as individuals, which all children with autism are. Well, I want to thank you today, Master Sirota, for allowing Autism 30 to interview, and myself. It was a great honor, as I know you're very internationally renowned and accomplished. And for those of you listening out there, if you're listening to us on iTunes, don't forget to write us a review and like us and join us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And if you'd like to know more about Master Sirota, please don't forget to go to the autism30.com webpage for all his information. Once again, this is Tally telling you to live in love.
Hey yo, I'm an autism awareness angel, making sure my wings protect the different, the stranger than. I'm an autism awareness angel. It's good, cause I'm cool with the unique behavior. I'm an autism awareness angel. Will you accept me? Cause I accept you. I'm an autism awareness angel, cause the view from the spectrum is a better point